Hi, good morning. Today's trademark question is, do I need a trademark? Hi, I'm JJ, trademark attorney for over 15 years. I think the question you're asking is, do I need to register a trademark? Just by using a trademark in commerce, you actually own common law trademark rights, which means that you do own your trademark, assuming it doesn't infringe with somebody else or it's generic or it's illegal. We'll get to that later in some other video. But assuming that you want to register a trademark or thinking about it, the question is, do I even need to register a trademark? So let's talk about what trademarks do. Trademarks are a source identifier of goods and services. In other words, it tells you where the good or services are from. And so these are famous trademarks out there that people are aware of. You know that Motel 6 offers different services and price points and target audience than the Ritz-Carlton. Doesn't mean one is good or bad, but at least you know if you identify their logo on the street while you're passing on a highway, you know what to expect from those services. Similarly for restaurant services, McDonald's, again, not good or bad, offers different level of services, products, and goods than somewhere like Ruth Chris's steakhouse. Different price point, different target audience, and a different level of service. So that's what you can expect there. Also for goods, you have all these phones, products, computers, different products, again, not good or bad, just different preferences. At least you know when you're buying a computer or mobile phone, you know where it's coming from. So again, listing the purpose of a trademark is to just present this unique identifier of goods or services. It also helps the consumers as well, which is why the US Patent and Trademark Office falls under the Department of Commerce, is to help protect the consumers as well, so the consumers know what they're buying. And that's why infringement and counterfeits are illegal and enforced against, because it helps the consumers not get the products they weren't expecting. So there's a certain level of expectation, brand awareness that consumers have, and it's to help the consumers as well. And finally, it helps to distinguish one product from another. Even though they look physically the same, they could be distinguishable from one from the other, even though there's a lot of similarities in look. For example, cars all have four wheels and have a body, but they could be distinguished from one another through the logo design, etc. So, right. So, what are the benefits of registering your trademark with the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office? Well, for one, once you register it, it's nationwide coverage. When I mentioned common law rights, it only offers you protection in the local area of influence. In other words, if you have a small town out in Texas, then you're limited. Your protection is limited to your use of your trademark in that small town. Versus registering a trademark with the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office, it's actually nationwide protection immediately. So you have that benefit right there. It's also in the public database. So what that means is that people can look you up. If people are thinking about doing a trademark that's similar to yours, they can actually look up your trademark and see, oh, okay, somebody already has it. The other benefit of registering with the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office is that the USPTO will actually help vet those for you, that trademark for you. In other words, if there is somebody else that's already registered with a very similar name, slogan, logo, etc., the USPTO will actually prevent your application from reaching registration, and vice versa. If your trademark is also registered and somebody wants to do something very similar to yours, the USPTO's examining attorney will also prevent their trademark application from reaching registration and let them know that their application or their trademark could cause confusion with an existing registered trademark. And finally, there's legal protection. Well, not finally, there's one more. There's legal protection, and the legal protection, with a trademark registration, there's a presumption of ownership. And so going into either a cease and desist letter to others infringers or going to court, you have a vetted documentation that already takes you several steps ahead of somebody else who has to bring massive amount of evidence showing that the common law trademark rights takes priority and exceeds the rights of somebody else who's trying to infringe on that trademark. And finally, it also builds credibility and trust. Having the registered trademark or stating that your company has a registered trademark builds that level of trust and credibility, saying, hey, this company actually went through the process and is legit, so to speak. So the risks of not registering. Conversely, you take the opposites of what I just said, there's limited protection. So you do run the risk of having a very limited protection and always trying to maintain that protection. You also have the problem of somebody else trying to register your own trademark with the US Patent and Trademark Office. So there's also potentials for infringement something similar to your registration logo, to your slogan, uh, logo name or whatever. So you want to prevent that from happening. And finally, you have a loss of market share because if you have a registration or if you don't have a registration and you're located in one area, then there's possibility that other people or other companies will register something similar all across the country in other areas as well. So going back to the question, do I need a trademark registration? Yes, you do if you are growing, if you plan on having your business beyond just a small town or one city, etc. You plan on doing nationwide uh, services or goods, or if you have presence on the internet where you're actually selling goods or services to people outside your state, your local area, etc. So that makes sense if you plan on having your business beyond just that local region. Or no, you may not need to register your trademark because you've been doing well for 30 years. You have Joe's Diner, there's Joe's Diners everywhere, and your Joe's Diner is unique to your own town and city, and you don't plan on growing, you don't plan on selling products or services over the internet, and you're satisfied with the business you have and don't plan on growing. On conversely, the other hand, if you're just getting started, it might not make sense to spend all the legal fees on trying to get a registered trademark because it is not cheap. At the same time, while it does go through the process of protecting you, we recommend using your valuable resources and assets to try to grow your business first. And once you find traction in that, then it makes more sense to, at a certain point, to discuss the idea of registering your trademark. So, for more tips and tricks, please be sure to go ahead and sign up to our Telegram, or this is our actually our YouTube channel. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, and be sure to go to tmtelegram.com for more information and more tips and tricks on trademarks and their news and other fun stuff as well. So until then, have a great day and keep your brand safe. Bye bye.